Hello everyone. Happy Friday. It is the end of the work week for some of you. And I am back with death. Yay, and look, we're gonna get into the skull stitching. Yay. So let me just show them this. Sorry I started a little late today. We have someone coming over at some point. Not sure when. They were supposed to be here between 12 and 5, it's now after 5, to fix our bathroom and kitchen light because both of their lights are on the brink. So we are having them, I'm just going to move this over a little bit, we are having them replaced. The bathroom light has been like this for a while now. Like, it's so bad. So that's being done. So at some point I'm going to have to mute my mic real quick so I can get up and shut the bedroom door. So that way the cats don't get as scared, which means Zelda will be over here, which is fine. But yeah, so because of that, people were still here sorting things out to make sure that I was able to do what I needed, so that way there's no panicking from my end. But anyway, we are here. We are going to work on the skull, because like I said, the part of it has already been started, so we're just going to stitch the rest of it. I think this was from Monday's stream, or maybe on Monday. I can't remember where we finished off on Monday's stream working on this. So it seems like Carlbot, which is the bot I use in Discord to notify people when I go live, has fixed itself. It alerted to me uploading a video, which is the live stream. It does have the wrong title, so it does seem like it's uploaded the same video, but it is this stream. Because I checked, because I was like, uh-oh. No, it's definitely this. So that's alright. I've been doing it all week. I've been, well, since yesterday really, catching up on Notion. I've made it to 2024, so I'm a little behind, but I'm not as behind. Although I did have an issue earlier where I was uploading ones I had already done, and so it was counteracting the progress. So I just had to spend ages deleting all the duplicates that I had made, and then deleting all the project names for those ones, and then re-adding them because they were already there, but it wasn't tracking the progress anymore because of it. But it is all good. I have sorted it. I am caught up. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up if I go into Notion. Yeah, I think I have to fix the Haid cell though. Why is it saying there is one stitch? I don't know, I'll have to fix the Haid cell out. Because I'm just looking at it and apparently it's on here a bunch, which it should be. Oh, I think it's only got the total for part 1. I'll have to fix that, it's fine. I finished the diagonal on Olivia yesterday. I started the next one. So about the same amount of progress in both Olivia and this. Not total progress, but like starting point. I feel like I've put this in the frame funny. I don't know how to explain it. There you are, Zelda. I wondered where you went. Oh, and for those of you that are on YouTube, I did fix the Google browser thing, so when I show that off later or at some point, you won't see the 20 million tabs I have open. And for some reason, I didn't have death on YouTube's overlay, so I had to add that, and I was like, oops. I was actually about to start stream because I was like, oh, I'm ready. Just swapped Olivia for death on the Twitch end, and then went to go do it on the YouTube, and I was like, oh, I don't have it. But it's fine. I fixed it, so. But I am looking forward to working on this some more today. I should have, before I put it on the frame, like before I put it on the corner clamp, I should have fixed the tension. It feels a bit loose today. But you know what? I'll put up with it for now. We'll see. I might just be like, nope, and fix it. But I went to the doctor's today. I had my depot, which is just a birth control injection. And I was talking to the nurse because she's been there since I've been having all these issues. So she knows everything. And we were just chatting, and I was explaining about like what's happening in that. She's very happy that my toenail is gone because I was always having issues. And then we were discussing, as I've said many a time on here, that I need to be put on weight loss medication for my hernia repair surgery. And she said that the doctors might not be able to prescribe it. She goes, but speak to your doctor anyway, just in case. And that's what I plan on doing. So we booked an appointment to speak to her, and they were like, yeah, 2nd of February. And I was like, that's too late. I rebooked my blood test so I can have that done, and that's on the 21st. But we're gonna phone again Monday to see if there are any cancellations, and just keep phoning because I need to speak to her sooner than February, because like I've said before as well, I go back in March to see my London specialist, and they're expecting me to have been put on the medication and start losing. They're not expecting me by March to be at the current weight they want me to be at. Or at the goal weight, I should say. They are expecting me to at least be on the medication and progress is being made. But it's, you know, it's the NHS. Anyone who's had to use the NHS for any reason knows that they are very slow. But like, don't get me wrong, as much as we complain about that, when they do think something serious is happening, you do get seen pretty quick. So when you're really ill, the NHS does work in your favour, but when you're ill but not going to die ill, they make you wait. And I get it, because if everyone got seen as soon as they wanted to be, there would be no spaces for the people that would genuinely need it. But it's just annoying. We just need more doctors and nurses, and better pay for them all. Like, that's the reason they go on strike. They are made to work for hours and get paid barely anything. I mean, we've had this discussion many a time on my Twitch streams. If you're wondering why I keep saying things like on Twitch, even though I'm streaming on Twitch, it's because I'm also at the same time streaming on YouTube. So I don't want anyone popping on the YouTube end, hearing me talk about things that I spoke about to the Twitch side like a million times and be very confused. So sometimes I'm gonna have to repeat myself, because YouTube only gets two streams a week at the moment. Thank you for the lurk, Lil. But yeah. Just turn the light on the webcam. We've given Zelda his first tin of the pumpkin food. He hasn't touched it yet. We've even added a sachet of the probiotics just to help. He still hasn't touched it. I'm hoping he will at some point. But if by the time they come home from work he hasn't touched it, then it'll have to be wasted, unfortunately, because I don't want to leave it out for too long. It's not been out for that long as it is, but when I shut the door it's going to get warm in here. Oh, I should also bring up that picture. Where did I put it? Ah, there it is. Oh, no. Hang on. Sorry, I just want to put this picture up so that way I can show you guys where we are. So if you're not sure, Where's Google on? Look on this side. There it is. See, I fixed it. Hi, Doctor. How are you doing today? So this is where we are. We're on this skull. So I'm looking. We are on, I think, this part. We are right here. It might be a little hard to see the red lines. Like I said, I was going to fix it so we could see them. But we are about here. So between them, where the magnifying glass circle bit is where we are. But we're about, if I had to guess, we're in like this section. So we're coming up to that big chunk of black soon. We're just up here in that part of the skull, but that's where we are. And then in the next diagonal, we get some, so we're gonna get her hair in this one, because if I hide the Google, that was the wrong thing I hid. Hang on, there we go. So, oh, you can't even see where I'm pointing. This is the wispy part of her hair. You know, that one little wispy part? That's what that is. But yeah, so that's where we are. This is a little, like, uncomfortable to stitch on at the moment. Like I said, I think I've put it in wrong, but I can't be bothered to sort it. It's only for today, so it's not the end of the world if it is. I can fix it for Monday. I think I fixed, yeah. So if you're on YouTube's end, you can actually see there's a grey bar over the side of chat. It makes my overlay look invisible. It's not invisible, it's just hard to see. And so hopefully chat's more readable today on YouTube's end. Back-to-back bots on Twitch. Bloody bots. Yeah, today I think I'm just gonna have a bit of a chill day on stream. I feel fine. Like I feel not so great, but I feel fine, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, I don't feel unwell. I'm just having one of those days where I just want to chill. I don't feel great either, but I'm not fine. Oh, I'm sorry, doctor. I'm sorry. Gentle hugs. And that's for anyone who needs a gentle hug. Group hug. But hopefully we'll all feel a bit better. And my stream will distract us all in the ways we require it to. But tell you what though, the one issues I'm finding with these bags at the moment, so the new ostomy bags I'm wearing, the upside is the leak has gone. No. Sorry, I just checked Diamond Art Club. They're releasing a ChrissaBug tomorrow. God damn it. God damn it. For those of you that don't know, this is what they're releasing. It's Freya. Wait, is it Freya? Yeah, Freya of the Valkyries. Ugh. And I was literally gonna buy this. Well, I'm buying this instead. Because remember my rule? Oh, that's gonna be so pretty. Also, there is this. This is also really nice, but not one of the artists on my list. Anyways, sorry, distraction. I just wanted to see because it's normally 4 o'clock. Well, that's cheered me up a little bit. But yeah, I will keep repeating this throughout stream just in case. I'm not going to repeat it like too often, but I did say this like just as I started stream, but I'll say it again now, and I'll probably say it after every ad break at least, maybe. At some point after 5 o'clock today, so 5 p.m. my time, as you can see right now it's 4:14, we have a person from the council coming over to replace the lights in our bathroom and our kitchen. Although I have a funny feeling that what's going to happen, because this has happened many a time, they will come with the wrong lights for our bathroom, because our light in the bathroom is the wrong, it's not a wrong type, it's a different type of bulb. It's like normal, like all the new houses have like, let's say a 24 bulb. Ours have like a 23, and they always stock up with 24s because I mean you would too, it's the most common bulb in these places. They come here and they have to go hunting through their van for a 23 and they go no, they don't have it, so then they have to order it and then we don't get it until like Monday or Tuesday. That's what I think is gonna happen. But yeah, everyone came home from work yesterday. Like my mum, my nan and my aunt came home from work and the kitchen was in complete darkness and they were like, what's going on? Because they were like, maybe they turned it off. No, the bulb died. But here's the weird thing, the bulb comes back every now and again. And then this morning, my nan went to go use the toilet up here and the bathroom light wouldn't turn on. And we know everything has power because we have an extractor fan in there. And it makes a noise when it's turned on. Like, well, it's always on, but it gets louder when you turn the light on. So, yeah, and I have a habit, every time I go to the bathroom, I turn the light on. Even if it's daytime, just because if someone doesn't see me go in, or the door's shut, they'll know someone's in there because they'll see the lights on. because I don't lock the bathroom door for safety reasons. My safety. Like, I'm not gonna like hurt myself or anything like that. I just mean like if I have an emergency and I need someone to come help me, it's easier to have the door unlocked so they can just come in. Like my bag starts to come off and there's nothing I can do because I'm trying to hold everything together. Like that sort of a thing. But anyway, so yeah, so there was no bathroom light, although it's also back now. So we're not entirely sure, but like I said as well earlier, the last like couple of weeks, or actually since before Christmas, we've been having issues with the bathroom light where it's been on the brink. Like you'll go in there and you'll turn it on and the room will be like pitch black even though the light's on. And it's just the bulb's warming up. And if you look at the bulb, you will slowly see the light like come round the bulb and then like fill in, because it's one of these shaped ones. So you can literally watch the power come round the bulb. Basically, by the time you've peed and go to wash your hands, the bathroom's light enough now, and then you have to turn it off, and then the next person goes in, it's back to being dim. And it's like, oh. I should have actually got a new thread out. I'll do that after this needle. It's fine. Because this one also has to go all the way down there. Hang on, my thread has... There we go. Everyone having a bad day, huh? Seems so. It's probably different reasons for each of us. Feeling lonely? Aww. I get that. Hopefully for the few hours that I am here today, I help you feel less lonely. It probably doesn't help that this is the second Friday of the new year. So it's just something about it being the new year and the days and that being dark still for ages. It's definitely not helping. Because when I was talking with the nurse earlier, she was like, you need to go do some walking, and I said I honestly can't at the moment. I said I would, but I can't. And I said because of this stupid thing sticking out of me. I said I feel like I can't breathe. I can walk to places, I just can't walk for very long because, like I said, it feels like I can't breathe. I was saying to my granddad in the car whilst we were waiting for my mum. Yeah, I was saying to my granddad, sorry, I got distracted. I'm watching Nicola's stream and I just heard my name and it is me. It's literally this project. Anyway, yeah, so I was talking to my granddad and I said, like, I now know how pregnant women feel when they're in that, like, last trimester and they're feeling very full. That's how I feel. Like, I now know why when they do get to, like, the final stages, they start walking around holding their stomach and going. It's like, yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. And mine's only one side, so I can only imagine what it's like on both. I also doesn't think it helps. No, let me start that again. I also don't think it helps. Uh-oh, that might be. Give me a sec, guys. I'm back. Sorry, I thought that was the bloke turning up, but it wasn't. It was just the delivery. What I was about to say, I literally had to remember what I was about to say, is I don't think it helps that I'm working on a piece that has not a lot of colours on it, so it's very grey and moody, compared to like yesterday when I was working on Olivia, which is very bright and colourful. But I do love this piece, even though it's very muted. I just had to make sure as well, because I was about to shut the door. I was like, oh, where's Zelda? And I was like, oh, I have a feeling he's under the bed. He was, because he came out from under there, but he's now out in the hallway, which is easy for me to get him if I do need to shut the door. But yeah, I definitely think it's something to do with it being a new year, because I know Adam McIntyre, I'm just watching his latest, well, not his latest video, I'm watching one of his videos. I'm slowly catching up on one of my playlists. I'm a week behind on that one. So soon I'll only need to watch 2 videos at a time. But he was saying that he also feels a bit down towards the beginning of the year. He can feel fine up until like December 31st, and then as soon as January 1st comes along, it's like a sort of depression hits a lot of people. I don't know why, but he said that it's actually pretty common, so that could all be why we're all feeling the way we do today, even though there are different reasons behind each one of us feeling the way we do. Like, I'm not feeling like meh mentally, I'm feeling meh physically, but also not, if that makes sense, you know? So what have my threads done here? They twisted themselves? No. I think it's just the stress of everything. For me at least. Because I know that me being stressed isn't good for my physical health. And so I should learn to deal with stress better. But it's very difficult. But sometimes it's hard to turn off the stress when it's not my fault. Like, it's not me doing something that's causing it. It's someone else or something else. When I say that, I mean like in the house. I don't mean external things. I mean things that are going on in here. But I definitely know there is a saying like the January blues, and it's a very real thing that some people just experience. a kind of depression. Like some people do experience actual depression during this time of year, but some people feel like a temporary depression, and it's just, I think what it has to do with is like, you don't have a lot of money left after Christmas, and even if you've been paid, you still don't have as much money as you should have because of everything. I have depression all year long. Yeah, I think that's what I mean though. Like for some people it worsens more in January, but if they have it all the time, then it's not temporary. But some people just find something about a new year just makes it worse. And then there's also the seasonal affective disorder added on top for some people as well, which makes it even worse. It's just not nice to have. Why can't we hibernate, right? Like, it's just not nice to have it be dark at times when we should be awake, because our brains are so used to darkness equals nighttime equals bedtime that when it starts to get dark at 4 o'clock, you start to feel sleepy, and then you're like, oh, I should just go to bed. And it's like, well, I can't go to bed now, because if I go to bed now, I'm going to be up at stupid o'clock. And if you have to work, then you're not going to have enough sleep for work. So it's just a bunch of different things that are happening at the start of the year that just doesn't help, I think. But you know, we'll get through the little hump that is January, and then we'll be thinking of February, and then it'll be spring before you know it, and then the days will definitely be longer. Do you know what would also help if we got rid of daylight savings? Like, I spoke about this before, but I definitely think getting rid of daylight savings would help. Because in the autumn we fall back, so we go back an hour, so technically it's 3 o'clock, no, 2 no. If it's 1 and we fall back, then it's 2, so it should be 5. I should move my lifeline. It just would be nice if we got rid of it, and if we could hibernate or move to a different part of the world for like the 6 months that it's like this. I know that's not very ideal for some people, but if it was something that was set up all the time, it would be nice. You know what, Doctor? It just took me like 5 minutes to work out what you meant by I should move my lifeline. You meant in your knitting. And I was sat here going, huh? It just twigged. My brain. Why does it do this to me? Zelda, you're on the keyboard. Please get off the keyboard. Yes, I meant in my knitting. No, it's fine. I just didn't think. Come on, Zelda, you can't sit there, please, mate. Come on. No, what are you doing? Come on. No, that's actually worse. That's worse. No, don't twist yourself, please. Right, just make sure he didn't press anything he shouldn't have. Apologies. Zelda is having one of those days where he just wants to be all over me. And as much as I love him, and I would love him to be all over me, just not when I'm stitching. He's laying on the trousers I wore out today, so that should satisfy him. Yeah, my cat's a weirdo. We had snow again this morning, although it was very early this morning. My mum took one of the dogs outside to go for a wee. And she comes upstairs, just like, it's bloody freezing out there. And every time she says this, I always have to point out that yes, it is cold because it's winter. She gets so annoyed. She doesn't actually get annoyed. She knows that I'm saying it because it's true. It's winter, so it would be cold. She's always like, oh, for God's sake. But every time she's like, I'm freezing. It's so cold out there. I go, yes, Mum. I said, we do live in the Northern Hemisphere, where around this time of the year, we are in a season known as winter. which makes it very cold. And she's just like, You know, she comes up and she's like, it's really cold outside. And she's like, it's chucking it down with snow. So I go to have a look, and it is. And I said to her, do you think it's going to sail? She goes, no. She was right, it didn't sail. It didn't. Which is quite a coincidence, because both the days I've had to go out this week, Tuesday and today, it snowed. Even though it only sailed on Tuesday for like a couple of hours, we still had snow. Like sometimes I'm tempted to have a snow day project, which is basically a project you only work on the day it snows. So not the days you have snow, but the day snow falls from the sky. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, because there's no point, because we get snow once every few years. So there would be no point. I'd get to start the project 1 year, I wouldn't touch it for like 3 years. And then I'd stitch on it for a couple of days in those 3 years, and then put it away for another 3. We just don't get snow where I live in the UK regularly enough. Like, there are some places that have had it quite bad. Us? Nope. And I do love snow, like, I do love it. I don't love when it starts to melt and then it snows on top. And then you get sheets of ice under snow, because that's what makes it dangerous. But I would just love to wake up one day to snow like they get in Canada, and then it just all melts at once in like a month or something. Because in all the years I've been alive, I think I've only had one white Christmas, which is a Christmas where it has had snow on the ground, and that was when I was a child. And I think there's just something so pretty about listening and seeing snow fall to the floor and it being undisturbed. Because it's late at night, there's no cars on the roads because everyone's tucked into bed, and you're still up and you're just watching the snow come down, and you're just looking at how nice it looks and how quaint everything looks. And then in the morning when everyone starts to get up, and that's when the snow starts to look ugly, and you're like, oh. It's just my favourite. If it snowed more often, I'd enjoy it more, and we'd be more equipped. Because here in where I live in the UK, I mean, it's probably the same for most places, we get one snowflake fall out of the sky and that's it. Everyone starts to panic. Like I was talking about on Tuesday when I said about the roads, not the roads, sorry, about the schools being closed. That was one of the highlights of my child, well, technically teenagehood, because I was a teenager by the time I started secondary school. I mean, I was 10, but I would have been 12. When did we have that good snow? 2013, maybe? There's quite a bit of confetti in this at the moment because we're doing the skull. That is the strand under the one I want. That's what I wanted. But Olivia now has quite a few threads parked in the next diagonal. Just for that butterfly, because like I said yesterday, the butterfly is starting. And then I will get more into it. So just in case you didn't see my progress yet. Oh, I still have that up on the Twitch, on the YouTube side. Well, there we go. Luckily I pulled nothing up with sensitive information because that would have been awkward. But yeah, so this is where I got to. So as you can see, right here is the butterfly's wing that I was talking to you guys about yesterday. So I did all that, and then I finished this, and then I did up here. Thank you, Doctor. So when we come back to this on Tuesday, well actually I'm going to be working on this over the weekend. So we'll see how much I get done. I might get all this done over the weekend and then the next diagonal mostly done. We'll see. Depends on how much time I spend this weekend stitching on this. We'll have other things to do as well. But by Tuesday we might have a butterfly, more of a butterfly coming in. You're done with this colour in this diagonal and it gets parked in the next all the way down there. I don't know what song this is playing. Oh. I'm starting pattern set 7 as 7 on Lacy Bandana. So that means you'll be done soon? Oh. I cannot wait. I mean, I will wait. But I'm excited. Let's just move that needle minder out the way for a minute. I'll finish somewhere next week. Yeah. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yeah, I look forward to seeing when it's done, but I will wait patiently for it to be done, because I don't want you to feel pressured or rushed into finishing it and then you have to rip it all back out again, because in the excitement you've made a mistake. So I will cheer you on from the sidelines and await the finish. Turn that light on again. My top is strangling me. I've also noticed, because I'm trying not to sit on my right leg as much at the moment, because I was sat on it so much whilst my left toe was recovering, my knee is really sore. And I've spoken about this in the past, but this is the knee that's in the wrong joint. I don't mean that in the literal sense. I mean, like, normally knees sit in a U-shaped joint. But I've had an MRI on my right knee, so like normally a knee sits in, I won't get my fist in, there's no point. Normally a knee sits in like this kind of a joint, and then you got the rest of your kneecap, or your knee, and then you got the kneecap on top. Mine sits in a V. This is very awkward, I've got the camera too close, but mine sits in a V, so my knee rocks, and it's actually very easy for me to dislocate it. I haven't yet, touch wood. Hang on, touch wood. Where's... there it is, touch wood. The trusty bedside table. But I do notice if I do things for too long with that leg, it starts to hurt. And it's just this ache in the knee itself. So I have to sit on my left. But I've noticed, because I'm sitting on my left, I'm twisting myself. And I think it's because I'm working further along on the project. Like when I was working on it in the middle more, when I was working more on the scythe earlier, last year, I was like fine, but now I'm more over here. I'm like in the middle of the top row-ish, maybe. How many pages? Hang on, let me bring my Chrome tab. 1, 2, 3. I'm on the 3rd page. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm not halfway. Halfway would be page 4. Well, 3.5 would be, so between pages 4.5. So to show you guys what I mean. So this is where we are. As a reminder, we're here. So about here-ish would be halfway. So we're getting there. Like right around here. So we are getting there. It's just because if I keep going across, because there's the center line. You can't see it. There is no center line showing up on Pattern Keeper, but I have a red triangle. So there is, so it's 201, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 216. And what are we at? We're at 150, 60, 70, 80, 90, because 200 is there. So there's 200. So 210. So it's about here-ish. For the middle of the project. I might put, not like a whole line through the whole piece, but I might just put a line real quick. Hang on, where's my pen? So I know, so that's 210, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is right there. That's the middle. So right, we do that. That's the middle. That T represents the middle of the piece. At least lengthways, not heightways. I mean, technically that is the middle down, but it doesn't, you know what I mean. So we're nearly halfway through the top row of pages. Oh, I need to... So I would like most of my projects to be like further along by the end of the year, but I don't have set goals. Like I'm at the point in my cross-stitching life where I can have mini goals for a project when I'm working on them for a set period. So like my goal for all of the full coverage ones for full coverage February is going to be like I want to reach 5%. I don't think it's going to be possible for some of them if they're under 5. If they're over 5, then 10%. I don't think it's going to be possible because they're only going to be worked on once a week for 2 weeks. So like the 10th is worked on for the first Monday and the second Monday of February, and then that's it. So maybe my monthly goals will turn into year-long goals. So by the end of the year, I would like any project that is under 5% to be at 5, and any project that is... The only one that won't have that goal is Melody of the Night and the 6 portals, because Melody of the Night only comes out on Thursdays, and once we reach 1%, that one will be going away for at least a month. Because what I'm going to do is I've decided the new rotation I'm going to do for that is that one's going to get 1% regardless of what, right? It's going to get 1%. It takes me 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. It's being out for 6 months, essentially. You know, as long as it takes me, however long it takes me to reach 1% on the Melody of the Night, that's how long it's staying out for. But what I'm going to do is, for my projects that are thousands, like 100,000 stitches, it's going to be 1,000 stitches before it gets put away. Anything, so basically, however many 100,000 stitches it has, that's how many stitches I put into it. So like, if let's say Melody of the Night had just come out, and I've put it away because we've reached 2%, and I've spun the wheel and Death has been picked. So Death has 132,192, so I would just do 1,000. If the 10th Doctor came out, that one has 400,000, so I'd do 4,000. So I think that's how we'll do it. If not, like, we might do it for a couple. If it starts to take me too long to work on a regular one that's not Melody of the Night, then we'll go to 4 weeks. So 4 Thursdays, then it gets put away, and then Melody Night comes out for another %, then gets put away, then the next for 4 weeks. I just want to try different things this year for that, because I don't want Melody of the Night to be away for too long, but I also don't want it to be spending too long on projects that other ones don't get touched. So we'll see how I decide things, and then we'll go from there. But we're still going to do you guys, once I reach 0.9% on Melody of the Night, that is when you guys will spin the wheel, and that's when it'll be picked, the next BAP. And then once that goal has been reached for that project, it gets put away, the Melody of the Night comes up for another %, and then we'll just do that. But we'll figure out which way we want to do that specific bit. Did I just tick that and I didn't actually stitch it? I did. Oops. That was supposed to be that one. It's fine, it just goes underneath. I was too busy explaining, I wasn't paying attention. I punched the camera, I'm so sorry. But yeah, we'll see how I do things this year. But I think what doesn't help is regardless of how I decide to do the Thursday rotation, if I'm off a lot of Thursdays for whatever reason, like I'm not well or something, then it means that a project isn't going to be seen for longer. And I think that's why Ivory Crow was out for so long this year. But yeah, I don't know. I will figure it out. I always figure something out. Whether or not I stick to it is another story. But I will figure out a method that will work. We have a mini problem. There we go. That was the mini issue. Yeah, it's just, oh my god, my throat. I just had a drink and I just muted myself to clear it. I give up. Yeah, I just need to think, like, after maybe March. No, February, because I haven't planned March yet. After February, it's going to get really difficult to plan my stitching. But you know, I have till mid February to plan March, because I don't want to plan, like, I know there are some stitchers out there who know what projects they will work on 6 months in advance, and in 6 months they will work on those exact projects. I can't do that, because in 6 months, like right now, I go like, yeah, in 6 months I want to be working on this project, and then I'll wake up in 6 months and I'll be like, I don't actually want to work on this project, and it's already written in here, so that's too bad for my paper. So I'm not planning anything until middle of the month before. So like I said, mid February I will start planning for March, like what projects I want to put where. Like I have a vague idea of what I want to do in March, it's just when. And it's the when and what on those days that's gonna be the issue, because I have to start thinking about adding diamond painting back in. And it's like, oh, why do I have so many hobbies? Even though I only have 2 on the go at the moment, which is cross stitching and diamond painting. But then it's like I need to add gaming streams back in, because I don't mind taking a break from gaming streams once I finish Hollow Knight, but I really want Hollow Knight done, at least most of it, because I need to take a break before I do the Steel Soul stuff, or I might just do those in my free time. But I want to at least get every achievement apart from those 2 before then, because if I leave myself with just those 2, I can do those, like I said, in my free time. So that way I don't have the pressure of having to do them on stream. Because as fun as it's going to be to listen to me rage, I'm going to get upset. There are going to be points where I'm like so close to doing something, I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to cry. And I don't want to cry on stream. I don't want to cry like that. That would be the ugliest cry. And like, I don't want to, once the 6 Portals comes back out as well, which is next month, on Fridays, I don't want to lessen their streams for gaming streams, because it just makes no sense. This is the problem when you're a multi-crafting streamer and you don't just stick to one thing and you feel like you need to put all your eggs in one basket. And because I don't stream, like, I know there are some people out there that stream like twice a day. Like, they'll stream in the morning and then in the evening, and if I had the capabilities, I would do like certain streams in the morning and then the others in the evening. Like, if I had the place to do that, that's what I would do. Because, like, you can stream for as long as you want to do one. But I don't have the capabilities to do that. Like, if my sister was to move out, then that bedroom would become my office. Like, we've already discussed that. And then I would be able to. But I don't think she has plans to move out anytime soon. There were talks of her moving out when he was still living here. But now he's gone, that's kind of gone away. So, like, I don't want my sister to move out, but at the same time, there are too many of us in this house. Like, if there was a way I could get a bungalow and not have to worry about paying for certain things, I'd do it. Like, if I suddenly became stupidly rich, then yeah, I would. I'd buy myself a little bungalow, get a little loft conversion. If it doesn't have one, I make the loft conversion my office. And my little streaming setup. Because the one thing I'd love to have, like, my ideal setup for this room, like, if this room was completely empty and I got to put things how I want, is I would have 2 tables. So I'd have like a giant L-shaped configuration, and one side would be my crafting section, so like my cross stitches would be here still, but I'd have a side set up for diamond painting, so I'd leave whatever painting I'm working on out all the time. And then that way I could just go to it when I want to, and I'd have like multiple camera setups. So like when I'm stitching, I would have the camera here. When I'm diamond painting, I'd have the camera. I'd have like, I can see these monitors, but I'd have it in a way so I can bring the monitors round to that side, or have a monitor just right over there for keeping an eye on things. Like, I have it all set up in my head, and then I'd have like lots of storage everywhere to store like craft supplies in. It's gonna have to stay a fantasy in my head for a while. But I definitely get a little jealous when I watch floss tubers and they have these really nice setups, and it's just like, oh, I wish. I wish. My desk currently sits in the bedroom that I have to share because there, like I said, there's not enough room for all of us to have our own room. And like when my dad got kicked out last May, there were talks, like not with me, but people were asking like in the house if I was gonna bring my desk downstairs again, because it used to be down there. And then when he moved in and that, I just didn't have my own space because he started to encroach on my personal space, because I had my desk set up in a place that was away from everyone, but I could still be involved in conversations if I needed to be so. And then when he moved in, he put his desk like right next to mine, so then I moved my desk so it was a little further away. And over time he just started to buy bigger and bigger desks, so I had less and less room, and like it was really difficult for me to get out from where he was sat, because between the edge of my desk and his chair would be like a couple of inches. I can't squeeze out of that. So in the end I spoke to my granddad and I said like I'd like to move my desk upstairs, I said, because I have no space. And so we thought about like where we would put everything, because although yes I do share a room, this is the biggest bedroom in the house that I share. So there is enough room for me to have my desk, and there's two beds, and one's a single bed, which is mine, and then my aunt has a double bed, and there's enough room in here for all of that, plus the stuff we have, like the storage. So like it's fine, but it would just be nice to have my own space where I can just be on my own for a few hours. Technically I am on my own for a few hours a day, you know, when they go to work. But there are just times where I want to do things and I feel like I can't because I have to ask people to leave the room. And it's like there are times where I wish I could just stream either earlier or stream for longer, and I can't. But I make do with what I have. Look, we've nearly stitched the eye on the skull. Well, some of the eye. So yay. What's that? That feels a little tough to get my needle through. Don't know why that stitch was so tricky. I know this is the bottom of the skull, but I can't help but see this as a creepy smiley face. I don't know. Actually, I think it's, what is it? That is the wrong thing again. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong skull on the picture. I'm looking at the bigger skull. I should be looking at the smaller skull. It's the bottom of the skull, like I said, but it just looks like a smiley face. He's missing his lower jaw. Oh, poor guy. I'd be sad too. Sorry. Talking about towards the end of yesterday's stream, I actually can't remember. I think I'm all socialed out from this week, like going to appointments. I know that sounds silly, but I don't know, maybe that's why I'm just feeling a bit poor today. And I think what's not helping is I'm annoyed about having to redo my blood test. Not because it's such like a intense thing I have to have done. It's just, you know, you normally have them once, well, in my case, I have them once every 3 months. Unless I need to have one in between for something else. And when I spoke to the nurse about that earlier, she was like, she thinks they dropped them. I said, well, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I said, because I did have it down on the last day of the year. So I was like, there was probably a lot of admin stuff that needed doing, and mine just got a bit muddled up in that. And she goes, that's what we'll say. That's what we'll go with. was like, because that's the only thing that explains it. I was like, I've never had the results come back as unavailable. And I think it's just annoying me because the later I have the test, because I can't have another blood test until the 21st, because that's the earliest they have. But, oh, my brain's gone. Hang on. It's rebooting. Give it a sec. Oh yeah, I'm due to get a refill of my Renvox soon, so I'll be having the phone call. I don't know when it will be, but it might be within the next couple of weeks or maybe in February. And I need to have it done before then because, like I said, that if I don't have that blood test, then I can't get my meds because they need to be able to see my blood test results to make sure that nothing bad's going on. And no. And like, I'm not annoyed at my GP or anything because, you know, like their end, because I had it done there. I'm just annoyed at the administrators at the hospital who lost my results or whatever happened to them. Like, they're just in the ether. Oh, going back to what I was saying, I was just thinking, because of projects like this that are nearly at 10%, anything that's close to a 10%, I might do 15%. So like this would be 15. I think Ivory Crow's at 12%, I can't remember, or 13, I can't remember. But regardless, I will figure out stuff when we get to projects, but it's going to be anything that's below 5%. We'll make it 5% the goal. And when I say below, I don't mean like 4%. If it's 4%, then we'll do like 10% because it's almost at 5, so it's almost at the next goal. But things like that, why am I so bad at speaking today? Hang on. Anything that is an in-between number, so it's closer to 1 than the other, then I'll just up it to like a 5%. So 15, 25, you know. I'm going to finish this row and I'm going to take a quick break. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just due to take some meds. Maybe I'll fill out my goals page in the book that I have. Not now, obviously. But yeah, at some point we'll do it, but not on stream. We don't need to see the boring side. But anyway, I'm just gonna take a quick break again. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just muting my mic whilst I take my meds. But hey, look, 100 stitches. Yeah. But I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Again, I'm not going anywhere. Just taking some meds. So see you in a bit. Right, I'm back. And I remembered to unmute myself on both ends this time. Yay. I didn't actually look how big that ChrissaBug that's coming out tomorrow is. I might just do that real quick. Real quick. I think it's their standard size. 22 by 31. It is. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I need to also figure out what I might also do with because I want to stitch some of the Patreon charts I have, like, well, not some, a lot of them, because they're all so good. So what I might do, Molly's got the zoomies and she's growling. So if you hear growling, it's not a dog, it's Molly the cat. She growls like a dog when she runs around. We don't know why. We never heard, like, we knew cats can growl, but we never heard a cat growl until we got Molly. But she just runs around going and you say, okay, girl, we get it. But anyway, I want to stitch on more of my all of my Patreon charts, because I have so many and I don't stitch on them. And so what I might do is, you know how I'm alternating between stitch alongs and regular projects. Well, I think once Cherry Magpie is done, because that one's my focus for a finish at the moment, Cherry Magpie, because it needs to be done. I wanted it done months ago. I wanted it done months ago, in time for when Blueberry J came out. At the expo it came out at, and then I was actually gonna buy it from Lindy Stitches. I had it in my cart on her site and I was gonna pay for it, and then I realized, I don't really need to, because she's gonna release the PDF in a month, and this is like August, so I was like, in a month, in September I think it was, she was going to release the PDF, and then I was like, I can just buy the PDF so that I can put it into Pattern Keeper without having to rechart it. And I said, and then we all know that Evertoe probably going to put a floss pack out, or Kerry's going to put out a conversion on her Instagram, so I can just use that like I did with Cherry Magpie. And turns out I was right, they did make a floss pack, so I didn't need to. So I ended up buying the chart from JedXStitch herself, and then there we go. I was supposed to work on it when I was away for that week, when I was at my cousin's looking after their dog. You know, when me and my mum were house sitting for them. And I didn't work on it until the Saturday I came home, once I got back into this house, because I just didn't have time. I feel like there was supposed to be something parked there. Maybe I'm wrong, because I'm looking and there is nothing, so I'm just wrong. Yeah. So I think what I might do is, once Cherry Magpie's done, I might put all my Patreon like artists I'm a member of into a spinning wheel, and then I will, so if it lands on Bad Stitch, so which is Amanda, if it lands on hers, then I will go to the Patreon folder I have, and I will assign a number to each one of her projects. And then depending on how many I have, because some Patreons I'm in, they release 2 of the same chart, so they release like a regular one for people to print off, and then they release a Pattern Keeper friendly, and I download both, because if there's backstitch in a project, the print version will let me see the backstitch, whereas Pattern Keeper doesn't, because it doesn't read backstitch yet, so I won't bother. So what I do is then I assign a number, so like, oh, I do have this thread, I told you guys, I told you. I knew I had it, I just parked it in the wrong spot. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that wobble. So yeah, so what I'll do then is say I have 20, I have more than that, but let's just say 20. Then I will go onto Google. I don't have a dice set, otherwise I would roll a dice in real life, but I would roll a d20 or something on Google, and then if it was like this one, say number 3, so what I do is, even if they had 2 of the same chart, I would just assign 3 to both, because it doesn't matter. And then whatever number 3 is, I would kit up and start. So once I get really close to finishing, once I get to 90%, so that's how it's going to work, once I get to 90% on a project, like on a stitch along or a regular chart, not a HAID, ignore it, well, full coverage, not a full coverage, but when I get to 90% on a regular project, whether it's a SAL or a small chart, that's when I will do the prep work, because then that gives me time to get everything I need, like find the fabric I want to use and things like that. Because I don't want to leave it until I finish and then it's like, well, I have nothing to work on for 3 weeks. But I might do that, so like how I'm doing the SALs, where I alternate between a new one, like one I haven't started yet, and one I have. That's probably how I'll do my projects too. So I'll do a Patreon one till that one's done, then I'll do one that I've already got started, then a Patreon, then one I already have started, just that way I'm touching a lot of my projects. Because I'm in a lot of their Patreon only discords, and I love looking at the projects. Like, I love them. I love seeing how they look. There is some projects I haven't downloaded, it's because they're clown themed, so I don't get a project. Witchy Stitcher has recently released some scare moths, I think they're called. And they're basically moths that will... I'm trying to find it. Horror moths, sorry. So it's called Horror Moth, and she's released a kind of sow. It's not really a sow, but it's a sow, but it's not, if you know what I mean. It's 18 moths. So there'll be 3 sets of 6 patterns, so 18 moths. and they're very small. And like there are templates for us to stitch them in sets of 3, so we can either pick the 3 we want, or we could group them. And I'm a bit worried. So the first one was Scream. I'm a little worried because one of the most infamous horror films is It. I will not touch a clown one with a 10-foot pole, because why would I do that? If it's not clown looking, I might consider it, but if it has the classic It face, then I'm not touching it. And I do wish that when people would make clowns in their projects, they would give us an alternative. I wouldn't even care if I had to pay like a couple of pounds extra just for a new chart. I would pay it just so I could not stitch a clown. I know in some past stitch alongs that some artists or some cross stitch designers have done, where there have been clowns, people have taken it upon themselves to rechart the clowns. Like, I know for the Lola Crow Haunted Library stitch along that happened the other year, there was a clown popping out of the bookcase, and some people took it upon themselves to design a typewriter with red rum or murder backwards on it. Why is this stuck? There is a knot? How did I get a knot? Hang on, I'm trying to concentrate so I can undo this tiny knot. Thread. This is such entertainment right now, I know. That's about to knot up again. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Let's just hold that for a sec. Pull the needle. Emma, not to meet you. I know. Not. Who's there? Not who? Not. I mean nice. It's not to meet you. But how are you doing today, Kel? Oh, Kel, I haven't got round to announcing it yet. I was meant to have done it on the 31st of December, but completely forgot. I have a forum in the Discord. You can join the role for it in the roles channel, and you can post your hate sale progress in there if you would like. What I do when I post in there is I just put how many stitches I did that day, the total amount of stitches that have been stitched, and then the total stitch count, and then the percent. There's examples in there if you're not sure what I mean when I say that. But it's just for the year-long events, just to help keep track of them. I even made a hate sale tag. Piglet, can you tie a knot? I cannot knot. Who's there? Pooh? Pooh who? Yeah. See, I'm glad you knew where I was going with that. I like you enough to streak. Nah, no way. Or is it a way of getting close to sneak into your stash when you are not looking? Only time will tell. Thank you for the stream streak. The 3 stream streak, girl. I'm having difficulties talking, apparently. But that goes for anyone here who's taking part in any event. It doesn't even have to be an event. It can just be if you're planning on doing something. You can post in there. If you want to stitch 100 stitches a day, it can go in there. I just haven't tagged everything because I don't want to have too many tags. I'm also going to, because I have a chatbot for YouTube, although it does let me see both, I am going to use that to set up alerts and stuff on YouTube's end for the YouTube side, so that way I don't hear different, like, I don't hear the same thing, if that makes sense. Also, I just noticed I need to uncrop ever so slightly the stitch count, because the bracket at the end of the 0.6a is covered. Not that I think it matters too much. That's the wrong pattern key, but where is it? Just an equal bit. There we go. And then I have to do it the same on YouTube side. This is the only annoying thing. I wish there was a way. Oh, I might not be able to do it on YouTube side because the picture's too small. Sorry, YouTube. You just have to bar with that. If you are planning a master plan to steal all the diamond paintings from Emma, it can go in there. JK. Yeah, no, there's no point in putting your master plans in there, seeing as I can see it. Yeah, I'm gonna set it up so I can have the Discord and that be available, but I'm gonna set it so only I can give you guys the link on YouTube, because I don't want bad actors to come in. Not that I think anyone would, but you never know, you know, it's just one of those things. But I can do widgets and alerts and stuff on here, so that will be handy. It's basically Mix It Up, but for YouTube. Me, I'm the bad actor. Look, I didn't say a word. And just as a quick reminder, I have said this quite a few times during stream, but like I said, until it happens, I'm going to repeat it every so often. Now it's after 5 o'clock. I don't know when they're turning up, but we're supposed to be having someone turn up to do our lights, like to replace the light bulbs in our kitchen and our bathroom, because they're both on the brink. So when that happens, I will have to take a quick break just to close the bedroom door so the cats don't get freaked out, especially Zelda. So if the doorbell goes and I disappear for a few minutes, that's what it is. I'm just making sure it's that, just in case. I should have had that other colour on these needles, but it's fine. And what I'll probably do, this is just me thinking because this will help with my floss tubes. In the Stitcher's Almanac, which is the book I'm using to keep track of my progress, it has a log after the month. Done, I added the roll. Yay! You can now post your progress for the Haidsow in there. And like I said, all you'd need to include is just your stitches that you've done. Because I am curious at how many stitches are in the one you're doing. Although I know you won't, I think you do find out the total number, but it just won't show them for a while because it's the sow, so you have like the first parts. The only thing is, how are you going to do part 2? Because Pattern Keeper, you can export and import your progress, you can't do that on markup. I guess you'd have to do some extra math. And there was one thing I wish the Haidsow would have done when I first joined in 2024. They did give us a written tutorial on how to add the charts. I think a quick YouTube video, they could have just had it unlisted on a YouTube channel. Showing us how to do it would have been more helpful. Because every month, well, not every month, every few months when the next part would release, people were always, how do I import my progress? How do I export? And it's like, you just do this. It's very simple, but I get it. If you've never done it before, it would be pretty scary or daunting, and you don't want to mess it up because then you might lose all the progress you've made. And like, that's not what you'd want. Imagine having to sit there every few months and add all the stitches back in that you'd done. You'd be like, ugh. I have a full chart. What? They've just given it out as the whole thing this year? it's different. See, that makes no sense though. I guess they got fed up with people asking how to do things, and rather than doing what I just suggested, they were just like, have the whole thing. Makes no sense. Yeah, that makes no sense. I have a Zelda again. Come on, mister. Come on. Over there, please. No, don't fight against. Just go over there. Look, you can still... Oh, Zelda. You can't lay here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't lay here. Lay here. I know. I'm so mean. You can lay there. That's fine. He's trying to lay behind the project, which won't work, because then he will go for it and ruin it. Like, I just feel, and this is just my opinion, you don't have to agree with this, for anyone that does the hate Sal religiously or anything, I just feel like if the two admins of the Facebook group are that busy that they can't take a few minutes out of their day to answer questions for a stitch along that they're running, they shouldn't be running a stitch along. Like, if I was like, right guys, I'm doing a thing, and if you guys have questions, be sure to ask me, and I got a bombardment of questions, I would take that as to mean one of two things. One, I didn't explain myself well enough, and people are confused, hence why they're asking me the same question. Two, I'm not taking enough time out of my day to answer them, and now that could be I just don't have the time because I'm also running other things, like I work, or I'm busy with other commitments that I've already agreed to. So if that was the case, I would just not do it. And like for them, and it's also a bit cheeky because all the AI charts this year in the Hate Out and last year are by the two admins, the L&L designer. That's the two admins of the Facebook group, like the regular hate Facebook group and the organisers of the hate cell. And it's like, really, you're lining your own pockets and you can't take the time to answer questions. Someone in Crafty Gaming Jamie's comments, or actually it might have been her herself because she was replying to a comment, worked out that Haid got about $25,000, I think. My number, that could be off. My remembering of that number could be off a bit, but it was about $25,000 for the Haid cell alone. 6 full pages completed, recognition, all 12 cell charts, full chart completed, recognition, all 12 cell charts, plus 1 cell exclusive chart of your choice. Choose one of the following stunning exclusive designs. Cell 2026 achievement, elegant plumage, crop exclusive, Steve Hunziker. Cell 2026 achievement, harvest home exclusive, L&L designs, that's them. Cell 2026 achievement, Venus and Anchises exclusive, William Blake Richmond. See, this is not fair, right? I completed the entire thing in 2024 and we got to pick 2 free charts. It did not matter if they were minis, max colors, max size, like super sized max color. It did not matter. We got to pick 2 and we got them for free. The fact that there's one of theirs on there, the L&L Designs, just goes to show they don't care anymore. They're doing this for the money. I would be very upset, especially when... Kel, can you do me a favour? Do you have the Amy Stewart, the exclusive for the Stitch Along? Do you have that in markup by chance? Because if you do, can you send me the mock-up? Because apparently there's AI. Oh, I'm not shooting the messenger, Kel. I'm not shooting you. I'm just annoyed at those 2. But if you haven't put it in there and you don't want to put it in there yet, then don't worry. But I just want to see, because I've heard that there's AI in the Amy Stewart, which is very disappointing if that's the case, because she's one of the artists that doesn't use AI, and if she's now using AI, that's very annoying. I can, one moment. Oh, thank you, Kel. Because I tried looking through the Hade Facebook group, and it's just finding every other Amy Stewart. But I'm just curious. Day 4. 2, 4. And I know a lot of people have been turned off this year because of all this. Like, not just from the Hade sale, but from stitching at Hade in general. They're like, I'm stitching the ones I've already bought and that's it. And you know what? I don't blame them. This needle is so bent. Can you guys see that? That eye is like so wonky. But I would also be pretty annoyed if I bought the Hade sale to take part and picked a chart that I was going to stitch, and I was also really looking forward to the Amy Stewart, because I have a feeling, right, this is just my personal opinion, I'm not saying this is what happened, this is just my opinion. I think Amy Stewart, it was the Amy Stewart one, it was the exclusive. If I could find it, I'd show you, but I can't find it. Let's have a search. Amy Brown is an actual artist. Ow, just scraped my hand across the thing, hang on. I have caps lock on. Hang on. Because I gave it to you guys when... Is that it? No, this is not the chart. Is it this one? This is not the chart. Oh, God damn it. Let me try exclusive. Sending. Oh. Oh, Zelda, I can't see now. I see I have a notification, but I can't see Zelda's in the way. That's it. Thank you, Kel. Zelda, I need you to move though because I can't see. Yeah, I got it. It's just Zelda's in the way. Look. There he is. He's in the way. Come on, mate. Hang on. Yeah. Zelda, you're knocking things over now with your tail. Destructive. Right, I'm looking at it. Hang on. He's a cute blocker. He is. I just hit like 20 keys on my keyboard then. My bad. Hi, tell my team not to bother me because my favourite show is on when they see your stream. Thank you, Mischief. Forget pop-up blocker. I'll take a cat blocker any day, right? My headphones are sliding. Having you on the background has helped me fly through employee reviews today. Definitely not working late today. Yeah. I bought this pattern so pretty. Hi again. Oh, hi, Angel. How are you doing today? Sorry, I'm just looking at the mock-up for the Haid Sal Amy Stewart exclusive. I think this one's just too blurry for me to see what I want. Hang on. Because there is apparently AI in this. I will find it. If there is, I will find it. I got all the thread from Magic Bookstore by Mrs. Buttered. So I'm ready to try Diagonal tonight. Yeah. I'm not seeing it. Maybe? I think that's fine. No, wait. Wait, I think I might have found it. I might have found it. I'm good working on a Christmas present. She knew about it ahead of time and technically at work. Yeah. It's fine. Everyone watches me apparently when I work. When they work. I don't work. Hang on, I have to show you, right? So I think I might have found the AI in this. I could be wrong, but hang on, where is it on YouTube side? Hang on. So this is the picture from the Haid. This text looks off. Why does autumn look like that? I don't know if you guys can see it. It might be best if you look at... Oh wait, you can't because you're not in the Facebook group. It just looks off to me. Also, I'm pretty sure this is backwards. I could be wrong. But this is the only thing I can see that looks off like AI to me, is the writing on these. Because animals looks like a funimals. So it's hard, but it could be that. It could also be the way it's been compressed. But that's the only thing I can see that looks like it could be AI. I'm not seeing anything else. But anyway, but that's the exclusive for the Haid 2026 sale. The perspective is off on the maps, in my opinion. The maps. Where's the maps? Oh, you mean these? These fabrics. I do agree. Also, where is it going? The folders? Yeah, the folders I think are AI. And they're off, and I think this is off because where's the fabric going? That's just a wall. Because it looks like they should be I don't know, it looks like it should be keep going, but it doesn't, it just stops. So this part could be, and someone in the comments did suggest that maybe what it was. Sorry, mapping was folder for a second. Don't worry about it, Doctor, it's fine. We figured it out. But this whole bit looks off to me, and I think what it is, and this is what one of the comments in... Oh, I thought this tree was invisible then. It's not. It's not. There's a tree in front. I just thought there was just half a tree. I think it's just she ran out of time to get this done, and so it was released before it was finished, and so AI was used, which is very unfortunate if that is the case. Because this is a designer I trust, like an artist I trust to draw things, but my goal for 2026 is to actually finish one whip this year because I have so many. Same. I want to get more smalls finished because these aren't going to be finished, these full coverage ones. I have a finish already this year, yeah. But it's easier to finish knitting and crocheted items than these. Not to say that there's no, difference in them. I think there's definitely more intricacy in knitting and crochet than cross stitch. I'm just making X's on a piece of fabric, so it just works up a bit faster, is the only difference. Unless you do micro crochet and then oof. The crochet didn't take much time. The sewing, on the other hand, took a lot of time for me. Yeah. Because you don't want to mess up the sewing part, because that would have been such a pain to fix. Oh. Actually, I think I'm going to end this thread after these 2 stitches because it's starting to look a little... Right, my hand is just in the camera right now. You're not missing much, just me threading a needle. I see the whole nativity scene as one big whip, yeah. It has little whips inside it, but it is one big project. It's like a stitch along. Like when we work on stitch alongs, we consider each part a finish, and then when the whole thing's finished, and that's the big finish. So I see it in that way too. One figure compares to one page in cross stitch in my head, or one part in a stitch along, depending. Like depending on the project. Yeah. Not a page on a head, that's definitely bigger. Yeah. the difference between regular and supersized max colors and max colors for each. So a regular is basically what I'm working on now. So we'll call it a standard size. A regular max colors means instead of it having 90 colors like a normal Haid, it will have 200 and something. So basically when you put it into a program, you can change how many colors a pattern has. And so the max color means they don't edit how many colors a project can have. And then a super size means that when you put it into the program, like the charting software, you can make it as big. So a super size tends to be 999. And that will be either the width or the height depending on the piece. So I do have one. I do have a max. No, yeah, I do have a max color. I don't have it in Pattern Keeper. But I do have, where is my Pattern Keeper? Oh, it's not on the, hang on. There we go. Hang on, let me find Pattern Keeper on this screen. So, where is it? It's up here a bit. Hang on. I think it's up here. No, it's not. Hang on. It's there. So this is a color expansion. So this has more colors, and if I just go in it, actually I don't need to go right in it. I can show the PDF. So as you can see, standard size, but it has 150 colors. And then a max color, again, I don't have one in here, but I do have one. I might be able to go into my, hang on. Let me just hide this for a second, just in case I didn't get a chance to do it on my Twitch one. That's fine. If I go in here, remember when I said to you I have way more patterns than I do in Pattern Keeper? Yeah, this is where they all are. Give me a sec to find the one I want. Hang on. I know what it starts with, I think. Wait, I've gone past it because of JK. There it is. So this is a max color. So again, regular size, but max colors. Oh, I'm working on the Hades and Persephone from Haid. It's going to be my lifetime project. The Margaret Morales one. Yeah. So this is a regular sized chart, but max colors. I don't have a super sized max color. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I don't. I think I only buy regular because I don't need that many. I don't need a super sized. Yeah, this is just a regular. You now get to see my entire, all my folder. I'm being shamed on stream. But here's all my hate sale stuff. And this isn't even all of them. I haven't added all the ones I got from Thread Geeks. But I don't think I have. Curious Minds, me wants to know where you get Sora. The Kingdom Hearts one. I made that one myself. Want to see my amigurumi library? Is it just as bad as this? Is it just as bad? Yeah, the Margaret Morales one is 300k stitches. Yeah, they're not small. They're definitely not. And I have lots of books with more patterns. Yeah, I just prefer digital. I can't even find my Kingdom Hearts one that I made now. Oh wait, are you on about, hang on. I made some of my charts. I don't even know where I am going now, hang on. QRS. Hang on. This Sora stained glass. Yeah, this is mine. Hang on. See? 2020 Emma. My vial. I made this. I need to remake it in WinStitch because that was KG chart and it doesn't import properly. If I go back to Pattern Keeper, it doesn't import properly. It looks fine, but I have 2 lots of 310, I have 2 lots of 317, 322, 414, 415, 598, 782, 797, 801. So as you can see, I have lots of repeats, so I need it. So it needs sorting out because, yeah. But I spent ages recharting my own just to have to do it again. But yeah. Now I need to find, there it is. I need to find death again. But did I explain well enough for you, Kel, about the difference between a max color and all that? Because if I had one on hand, it'd be easier than having to go all the way to Haid to find one. But it just means that it's so a super size is 900 stitches, like it's 999 stitches wide, depending on if it's a length or a width project. So if it's like this one, Death is a landscape, it would be 999 across the top. Whereas if it was a tall one, it would be 999 down the side. Again, I don't have one. Petrish has supersized, I don't know if it's the max color, but I know it's the supersized Eevee. The possibilities chart. I want to say it's the max colors as well. Because I think she was like go big or go home. But I cannot remember. I know in one of the Discords I'm in, they have an Eevee progress plays, and there are people in there that have it. They gave that Amy Stewart one like that. Yeah. What, max? Supersized? Max color? Really? That makes no sense. Because a lot of people don't like supersized max colors. That's so stupid. They should have at least given you options. Like, they could have given you all the options, then you could have downloaded the one you wanted. Because I get it would be annoying having to ask every member what they want, but have them pick and be like, you can have each link be only download once, so that way you can't download all 3, because, or at least let you download all 3 and you can pick which one you want to stitch. But because I would never stitch the supersized max color. That would be way too intimidating. I have one max color. I need to kit that up at some point. I might make it a community project, you know, like 4 options. So you got to pick. So you did get to pick, but they gave you that as well, which is a bit fair. If they did let you pick which ones, then that's a bit different, but still. Regular max colors, supersize max colors. Okay, that's a bit better. If they were just like, here, have the supersized max color version, I'd have been like, oh, thanks. Okay, that's a little bit more fair, but again. If you don't know what that looks like, it would be intimidating. They gave us all 4 links. Hello, beautiful people. Hello. Now, I know YouTube has gotten rid of you allowing names, like picking your own names. So it just gives you your profile. So if there are names people would rather go by than their YouTube name, please let me know. I will try to remember what name you've picked for yourself. If I have to write it down, I'll write it down. But just in case. Because you used to be able, you can call me Natty. There we go, that's what I will call you then, Natty. That is how I pronounce it, right? Natty. I've been Angel Online since the 90s. Yeah, that's fine. I go by Doctor or Stitches, and she remembered it. Yeah. It's just some people have names, like they have weird YouTube names and it's not their fault. Yes, you're saying it right, good. Because I'd feel bad if I was like, just started saying Natty and I was like, and you're like, no, it's pronounced. I'd be like, oh god, I'm sorry. What are these cats doing? Give me a sec, guys. I've got to go see what these cats are doing because they might be throwing the litter tray around. Right, I'm back. Sorry. Molly she was just having a little tantrum because she wanted biscuits, so I gave her biscuits. And now she's in here tormenting me. Here. I go by Emma's Stash is mine and she forgot it and calls me Kel. You watch it, Kel. Do you always stitch the diagonal? Only for full coverage. Everything else, no. Just full coverage. I've only started doing that within the last year as well. Because of I stitch, actually I can show you Sleeps of Butterflies. Thank you, Kel. I appreciate the offer. I don't know, maybe in a few months I'll think about it, okay, Kel? Okay. let me real quick, I'm trying to find Sleeps of Butter. Oh, for God's sake, I hate Discord so much sometimes. Hang on. The opportunity was there, so I took it. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. Hang on, I have to scroll through my progress. Because I don't name it. Hang on. Actually, I don't need to do this. I'm so dumb. I have it in my Notion. Hang on. I just have to switch to my other screen. I didn't fix Notion for... It's fine, it's fine. Wait, I don't need to. I have Notion on my computer. Hang on. I will give you like 2 minutes. Where is it? Is it in this file or is it in the other? I know I have it in here, but has it got the pictures? Hang on. Only has the one page. Hang on, I can fix that real quick. Well, I would. Hang on, give it like 20 minutes. It's thinking about it. This is why I don't do things when I stream. Hang on. If we all talk quietly in my house. Hang on. LMNOPQRS. I'm just gonna put the page at the back. There we go. So whilst that loads, where's Google gone? Where's Google for YouTube? See guys, on YouTube I fixed it so you don't see my 20,000 tabs. Aren't I good? So I actually started stitching butterflies regularly. So I was stitching, this isn't the full finish of the hand, but you can see what I was doing. I was doing colour completion on a page and I left the skin till last. Oopsies. So, because that was over 1,000 stitches and I did that in a day, what was left of her skin. So I did that. Also, that's the ground guard Olivia's in. And then after I did the first page, I started doing the diagonal. So you can actually see the difference between, this is the back. So this was page 1. And then you can see when I started, so up here, I was figuring out the diagonal. So I started experimenting with taking a colour from the very top of the diagonal all the way through it. And I found that just made it feel too bulky. Even though if you look at this, it looks very bulky. But I like this look. And in my opinion, I don't see the diagonal lines on the front. You definitely get them on the back, but I don't mind. But when I go back to this, I'm going to continue doing the diagonal because I don't stop by the page anymore because I don't want page lines. And it's just more awkward because sometimes there's a colour that keeps going and you just have to stop. So I'm just going to keep going with this. But this is the back of it. So like you can see in certain places, when this works, I was sorry, I have lots of like confetti stitches and stitches just going all over the place on this one. Hey Peterish, how are you today? I was just talking about you earlier because you have the supersized max colour version of Eevee's, don't you? I know it's the supersize, but I can't remember if it was the supersize and max colours. Because Kale was asking about the difference, and yeah, you do, good. I remembered correctly. But yeah, so I was stitching the diagonal for this page, and I think Tiger is, if I don't try and change the designer. Oh, I only have the first page, but this one was down the diagonal on the first page, but I was stopping, see, but now I will just continue. I'm a little further ahead than that. This hasn't been updated because this says 0%. I'm slowly going through it. That's what I've been doing in between streams. I've been going to my stitch tracker. Hang on, it's gonna want to no, continue. And I've been filling it out. Every project I have touched since 2022. And I haven't added, so these ones don't have numbers because this was the Stitch of Lights Out, which is Lumi's, or Lumi Celine, who is also live on Twitch. OMG Evolution is my ultimate unicorn, yeah. Some people will give you the file, if you ask. If you're fine with that, because you know it's Haid and that, and it's no longer for sale. I have different stitching methods on different whips. I have done diagonal once but didn't like it because it took forever to finish a diagonal. On some projects I definitely do. OMG, tell me the people. The fish head Discord, but you didn't hear that from me. I don't know where to find the link to the fish head Discord. Maybe I actually might. How do people join that Discord? I joined it when she was still streaming on Twitch. Does she have a... Hang on. Does she still have her Twitch? Is it still on her Twitch? Hang on. It might be worth I don't know how to work Discord. I'm trying to think. I mean, technically they didn't have the rights to Pokemon in the first place, but you never saw me say that. I mean, that's technically true. That's technically true. I tend to, right? I tend to not like the sharing of patterns unless it's a physical chart that someone has recharted is only distributing to people who have paid for it. Like, I have done that. If I've recharted something to make it pattern, keep it compatible, I've only given it to people who have bought it. I think I sent a link. Where did you send the link? Where did you send the link, Petrish? I know it's frowned upon, but OMG, I want that chart so freaking bad to count. Oh. Someone on YouTube would like the link, but that's to the supersized max. I have the regular size, the regular colour. Oh, I thought it was Cal. No, it's someone on YouTube. Oh, that's in Twitch. Hang on, I can copy that. I'll take any of them. Not sure if that works. I don't know. Will that work? I'm already in it, so I am already in it, so it's just taking me. Is it gonna say, oh, Kel's joined? Kel joined. How do I need to copy this. Oh, I can just do this. I'll take it. Thanks, Petrish. Yeah. Hang on. I'm on my phone. Yeah, no, don't worry about it, Petrish. It's fine. We will fix this. If I put the Discord into YouTube, does this work? Where's that gonna? It's just sent it into the ether. Hang on. Where's my? Hang on. I need to bring things over here. Can I send that? Oh, I can. I have to do it on that instead. That's the link to the Discord. So basically, you just have to ask very nicely in the Discord, in the Eevee's channel. And someone might be willing to give it to you in DMs on Discord. I know Discord is very difficult to navigate for people that don't know how. But I do have a Discord. Oh, it does switch. Oh, it does. Ha ha ha. Hang on. Oh, also, YouTube is oh, you did it. Yay. I was about to show you. They're going to wonder where all these people are coming from. It's me, the biggest lurker in every Discord I'm in. So there's a Evolutions Go Here channel. There was talk a while ago about about people sending the charts. I don't know if people were still willing, but there is no harm in asking. Because again, they're gone. So you can just put a question into the channel, maybe. But I didn't say any of this, okay? Shh. So who do I ask? Just ask in the channel. And someone might be able to slide into those DMs. Especially since it's not available, but also don't do this casually with like other parents. Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say earlier. I don't mind when it's retired and it's from a shady company, like Hade. But if it was something else, no. Because on, when was this? The 13th of August 2024, that's when Alyssa Gerwick were retired effective immediately. And that's when the conversation, if you scroll up, so it says, well, I mean, I don't particularly want to give Hayden any more money anyway, so if a person was interested in the pattern for purely personal use, one could be persuaded to share files. So there is conversation. If you just scroll up in the Evolutions channel to the retirement picture, that will help. And just nicely ask, so if someone was to... But I've never asked for files, so I don't know how it works. But again, this never happened. Shh. Okay. I mean, I can send, if you want the regular version, I can send it, but it does have an error in the chart. I am the same name on Discord as I am everywhere else. I have the frog avatar. Just in case. If someone sends me a DM wanting the regular version, I will send it. I'll also tell you the error. I mean, I can tell you the error now. It's DMC09. Remember when the 09s were an issue? Well, the new 35. Didn't mean to click on that version. I meant to click on the mock-up. So on this, so on the actual mock-up originally, this part here by Flareon, this is not Flareon, this is Jolteon. I know my Pokemon. This was horrible because DMC09 was here. It's meant to be 3371 because I think there's a patch of it here that's also an issue. Because if I go into it real quick and I find my 3371. Oh wait, I have to do it on here. Hang on. I have to do it in the legend. Yeah, I have the Super Size Max color and it's big. So if I go in here, because I can just switch it back real quick. Where's 3371? So this was originally this. Where's my keyboard? Hang on. Nope, not 9. So this is what it used to look like. And that is off. That is not what it's supposed to look like. So the only thing you have to do is you have to come in and you have to change this to that. And then it is correct. See, that's how it's supposed to look. Because if we go to the PDF and we zoom in, it's going to be stupidly blurry, but that's more in line with what it was supposed to look like. But yeah, if people ask nicely, people will. Maybe. I shouldn't say they will, they may be. Yeah. Responses might take a bit too because the Discord is semi-dead, yeah. Because it was for a streamer. Instagram DM sent. Okay. I will do that after stream. And you too, Kel. I will do a DMs after stream. Okay. Okay. Wait, no, we don't go there. We go wee. Okay. That's not the color I want. This one. Right, Twitch is going to get ads within the next 5 minutes. But I should say I don't condone the sharing of files for other artists. Please do not. I don't mind with this because they didn't own the rights to Pokemon. And it's hate. You know, the way they treated the whole AI debate was very poor taste in my opinion. And I did find it annoying. So Crafty Gaming Jamie made a video and she spoke about the AI use, and I agreed with every single thing. I did not agree, and I did not like the fact that someone in the comments pointed out that Michelle, the owner of Hade, had lost both her husband and her daughter within a few months of each other. And that, yes, that is very sad. Like, I'm not taking that away from her. She's allowed to be upset about that. But we can criticize a business without criticizing the person. And no one is calling death on Michelle or wishing harm to anyone in her family. It was just the fact that we felt it was in poor taste to make a statement saying that you will never use AI, and then within a few days walk that entire statement back, and now it's in every piece. Like, that's what annoyed me. Because what happened was, if none of you were in the Hate Facebook group, around Christmas time a couple of years ago, maybe 2024, it could have been 23, but I'm pretty sure it was 24. I could be wrong on the date, but it was around... Emma, look at the sneak peek. Oh, for God's sake, what have they done? Oh, you mean the ChrissaBug? I already knew about that one. Oh no, there's a Yumi! Oh, that's gonna have to go. I can't get two. I'm already getting the ChrissaBug. That's gonna have to go on my wish list. It's gonna have to go on my wish list. I can't get two. I'm already getting the Freya of the Valkyries. Anyway. So, I'm finally almost done gridding. Wait, what, you mean? On Diamond Art Club, there's a ChrissaBug. Scroll down, Lil. Scroll down. Just scroll down one more. Hang on, YouTube. Sorry, I've got to find Google again. Hang on. There we go. So on Diamond Art Club's Facebook page, this is what's coming out Saturday. This is the Yumi. This is the charting. There's the ChrissaBug. Diamond Art Club is testing my commitment to my rule. So for those of you that aren't in the Facebook page, these are the ones that are coming out tomorrow. So we have this. Meh. We have this. Meh. This. Meh. What are you gridding, Petrish? This is nice. This is the same artist as that mystery kit I have. The Kiyomi Harai. I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry. Then there's this, which is AI Claire. Then there's this Ennis. Very pretty. And the ChrissaBug. And then the Yumi. And they post every week, near enough. So, like, this house, this Randall Spangler house, I wanted it so bad, but I couldn't. Underworldly romance and a sunflower piece. Oh. And Sif has finally shipped, so I'm gonna have Sif here soon. Oh, little, I worked out why XP Pen had that piece on their website, because she's partnered with them. Okay, I'm waiting for DAC to come out with Yumi Kiki paintings. That is the only thing that will break my no buy, or the NS is calling me. Which Kiki? Have you seen the ones they already have? Yeah. Because I know that Yumi, I can't spell Yumi, hang on. No, where's my econ? It was my first black card. It was also my first black card. Where's my... I can't spell. There we go. So welcome to my logbook on Diamond Art Club, everyone. Twitch has seen this before, but this is just my Yumi section. So there's this one. I know that's tiny. I'm so sorry if you're watching this on mobile. But there's this Kiki. I don't have her other one, but she does have another one. She has Under the Stairs. And then there is Plant Delivery. Where's Plant Delivery gone? Hello, am I blind? Hang on. I'm blind, it's there. There's also this Kiki. I have all the Kiki paintings. There is one of Kiki reaching out to Gigi on the broom. Second page. I know, I found it. I just was too busy looking at everything else but this one. But these are all my Yumis I have at the moment. There's a reason why I have 253 down here. And I have, this is the one I'm waiting on. And these are all my starts. And I would show all my finishes, but I can only show you this row because I have a mystery kit and I don't want to see it's right there. But I finished Mandala Vibes and the 11th, but I don't want to show the mystery just in case you have the mystery. Of course I have the mystery. What fan would I be if I didn't? Maple says hi. Hi, Maple. I have the Margaret Morales mystery. Look, shall we just do... That's not how you spell mystery. Hang on. She did Noise Space Way too. I haven't finished it. I'm still working on it. Hang on. You can see how bad I am at typing when I can't see my... There we go. These are all the mystery kits I have. This is only page 1. And then this was a mystery box. That's why these two are in here. But these are mystery kits. I missed that kit by literally 3 seconds. Oh. That's so annoying. I honestly thought I was going to miss this one. I had my toe surgery the same day this released. I had to ask my poor sister to buy it for me with my money. But I had to ask her. I sent her a message at like 4:30 in my time because these release at 5 o'clock for me. And I was like, sister, please. I was like, can you go upstairs on my computer and open the new arrivals? I literally told her to do this. I said, go to the new arrivals and sit there and refresh the page until you see this specific one come up. And then once it comes up, can you please buy it? And she was worried because she was like, what if I don't have your card information? I was like, sister, I was like, my card information is on Diamond Art Club already. I said, you do not have to worry. I said, the only thing you need to do is put in the VIP code that we get from the Facebook group. And I said, that is it. And I then had to, as soon as I sent that message, I couldn't find out if she'd got it until after I had my surgery because I was literally cooled down as 5 o'clock was approaching. Hang on, I can't find, there we go. So I end up coming back up after I've had my toe done. So luckily I'm not like loopy, I'm just hungry because I hadn't ate for 7 hours. And I'm just, the first thing I say to my mum when she comes up to see me is, did she get it? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, oh. I was like, give me my phone, please. So I check and I'm like panicking because I'm like, what if she bought me the other one? And I go on to my emails and she bought the right one. And then I go onto the Diamond Art Club app and it's sold out. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, thank God. So I sent her a message saying, thank you so much. And she was like, I was so worried I was going to get the wrong one. I sent her pictures of it to say this is the exact one. So, because there was 2 mystery kits dropping that day. And I didn't want, and she was going to get confused. So I was like, okay, this is the exact one. I said, it's art by Julia. I was like, I need this one. I now have all her duck ones because Duck Bath restocked recently and I got that when it restocked after a whole year of waiting. But I'm hoping to finish. So the way I've done it is because I'm due to finish my mystery kit soon, I have to work on it again on streams. You guys do get to vote on which mystery kit I start next. So we're not doing the small, medium, large, extra large for the mysteries because most of them are mediums and I have a couple of larges. So what we'll do is you guys will get to vote on it. So maybe one day, those of you that want to see some of these will be able to vote on them. And I will kit them up and start them on stream. And that's how it works. I only work on them on... I used to do Mystery Monday, which is where I would work on a mystery kit on a Monday. So I might bring that back. Maybe in March we'll do it. Because I've got February booked and planned. So maybe we'll do Mystery Mondays again back in March. And that allows me time to buy the easel. Because I need one. I can't look straight down to diamond paint anymore because I get really bad dizzy spells. So an easel might help. And then we will finish that one. And then we are at the point where we can start voting. But I'll wait till I finish. I think I'm on a row. I don't think I'm on the last row yet. I think I have a row to go. So before I start the last row, I will do the voting. And what I'll do is, for those of you that are on YouTube, if you don't want to join the Discord, I'll put it in the community post. Because I can do a poll. So I tend to pick 5 or 6 because Discord lets you only have so many in a poll. And if YouTube's less, then I'll have to figure it out. I'll take both into consideration. And if you guys tie it like you like to, I'm not going to be happy. Discord has a habit, the Discord community I should say, likes to time my projects. So then I'm sat there going, guys, the whole reason I'm asking you lot to pick is because I can't. You're not making this any easier on me when it's tied. So but I just have so many things to work on. This is me, this needle minder. I know you guys can't read at the moment. If you give me a sec, I'll pan the camera down a little bit so you can see what it says. So many projects, so little time. This is the most accurate needle minder I own. Because that is literally me. And I done it to myself. I know I did, but what am I supposed to do? I'm not a monogamous stitcher. I just can't work on one project. I can't. I would commit violent crimes. Time for din din. Enjoy your din din, doctor. I will be lurking, have to get to work in my little shop, and I will have resin filled hands. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for stopping by. enjoy whatever it is you're doing with resin. And if I don't see you by the time I end stream, then have a lovely weekend. And I will see those of you on YouTube next Thursday. I will probably by every month I'm going to add a day. So at the moment we've got Thursday and Friday, and then probably in February we'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then by April it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we'll basically be level with Twitch. I did math that right? If February we add a day, that would give us 3. March we add a day, that gives us 4. April, yeah, it's fine. It's because I started with 2 in January. I'm not going anywhere, just can't text. I make DP accessories. Oh, well, I know you're not going anywhere, but it's just in case you can't come back to chat by the time I leave. How often on Twitch? Every Monday to Friday. From 3:30 PM UK time to 6:30 Monday to Wednesday. And then Thursdays and Fridays, well, Thursdays it's 4 hours till 7:30. And then Fridays it's 3 to 4 hours, so it could be 6:30 to 7:30 depending. I just didn't want to overwhelm YouTube with 5 streams a week, because I did build up over a few years to build up to this on Twitch. But I do a multitude of things. At the moment, it's mostly cross-stitch. Diamond painting does happen. It did happen before I got my cold in September. And then gaming does happen occasionally, though I think when I do gaming streams, I won't stream them on YouTube, just because they might not be everyone's cup of tea. If people want to see gaming streams on YouTube as well, then that's fine. But if I'm known as a cross-stitcher, it'd be very awkward to be like, oh, hi cross-stitch community on YouTube, here's a game stream, enjoy. I know some people don't care, but I don't want to alienate an audience who are only here for a specific thing. Which is why I was thinking of doing them on Sundays. Because I would do Saturdays, but then it becomes awkward, like when do I do them? And with Diamond Art Club's 5 PM release, that makes it harder. Slow stitch with Yogi, stitch every day on YouTube. Yeah, I actually am subscribed to them. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. See, this is why I'm the same name everywhere, because it makes this easier for people to find me. Yay. Oh, thank you for the Prime sub as well. I appreciate you. See, slowly my YouTube and Twitch audience will combine. It's Natty, yeah. Ow. Just scrape my hands again. Yeah, thank you for coming over from YouTube and joining the Twitch community. And now you have a little frog spawn next to your name. See, I wanna have basically what you just saw on the Twitch side for the YouTube side, but have it completely different so I don't get confused with who's who. Like which alerts for which side. because everything on YouTube, well, everything on Twitch's side is frog themed. The songs are funny. I have a fear of frogs. Oh no. That'd be like me joining someone who loves clowns. But we're cute frogs. We don't hurt. We keep those naughty cross-stitch frogs away, well, at least I hope to. My mum doesn't like frogs either. She's not scared of them, she just doesn't like them. She thinks they're ugly. He's like, wow, mum, thanks. That's really unfortunate. I'm terrified of them. Oh no. Is it like, does it have to be like, is it with me and clowns where it has to be like an actual clown, like so an actual frog? And my poor Leap character isn't scary? Or is it if it looks like a frog and hops like a frog? I'm scared. Because what does it for me and clowns is the wig, the red nose, and the white face paint, and obviously the outfit. But if I can't see the outfit, the face is the worst for me. It's why I can't watch it. Pennywise just scares me. I nearly had a panic attack when It 2 was coming out, because our telly is on the wall next to me. And to walk past, like to get to my desk, I have to walk past it. And one year when they were showing the ads for it, there's an ad where he whispers, and I was walking and I was like, stop, and I was stopped right behind the telly. I can handle your animated frog, but other than that, I lose it to see a frog. Oh. My one alert is a frog. Like, it's the not African bullfrog. It's the one that's like ferocious. That's the only thing I have that's an actual frog. So if you hear the squeaky noise, actually you probably saw it when you followed. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Nope. My bad. It's only on for a few seconds, so I'm sure if you start to hear the squeaks, then you know to look away. It's okay. I just feel bad because I know it's like for me when I see a clown, I'm just like nope. I mean, I nearly had a panic attack on stream once because I was stitching on Long Dog Sampler's Saga, and it started to resemble, like one of the elements started to resemble a clown, and I just couldn't stop staring at it. And then the more I stared at it, the worse it got in my head. Terrified of clowns too. We have a similarity. I don't know why. I think my fear stemmed from, there's a market that used to happen on Sundays, and we used to go when I was a kid. And like it wasn't just like a farmer's market, it had like other things too. You could get those, do you know those, I don't know if everywhere had them, but we had these big whiteboards that had like felt on them that you could colour in. I don't know what they're called, but we used to get them, and they used to come with those cheap pens that would run out like halfway through colouring a section. So you ended up having to use other pens, and if you coloured over the line, you would get black fuzzies all over your picture. Well, one year, for some reason, they had clowns standing outside to greet you. Tell me why one of them got in my face and went, boo. Like, why would you do that? Why would you get in a child's face and go, boo? Terrified. I have been terrified of them since. Like, what possesses someone to do that? But it's been really bad because here in the UK, our Sky TV has, when you go onto the menu to see your channels, it used to come up with every now and again, Welcome to Derry. And it would just have him. And I'm like, why? Why do we need to advertise for that? Why? There were other ways to advertise without a stupid clown. Oh, 6, I think that's right. The movie It is what got me on clowns. My mum made me watch it, and the next day took me to the circus and told me if I'm bad or get bad grades, the clown would eat me. Needless to say, never got a grade lower than a B and was a good kid. Wow. Wow. What a great mother you have. I'm so sorry that your mum did that. Wait, why? Like that's as bad as the parents to tell you if you're bad, the boogeyman will come get you. Yeah, how do we make kids behave? Oh, put the fear of God into them, or clowns. Wow. They wonder why you're terrified of everything. No idea. Hello, Cross Stitch Bunny. Hello. Right, I'm threading a needle. How are you doing today? On this Friday started off in a weird mood and it seems to have turned around a bit. Not too shabby, I guess. Had a nice afternoon nap and now I'm ready for stitchy shenanigans. Ooh. What are you going to be stitching on? I've actually, right, you know how I was like, I can't nap because they make me feel worse? Lately, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing me to nap, but I've been napping a lot. Some days, like in the morning, like I'll wake up in the morning, have my breakfast, I'm like, I'm tired, I'm going back to bed. And then I go back to bed for another hour and then I'm fine. I did try that Wednesday, did not work. I had a throbbing headache. Oh, I have plans and I want to do things, but first I want to finish a whip I'm dealing with for a longer time now. Yeah. It's that new year, new start, and then it's like, actually, I should probably finish other things. And then there's me, who doesn't care and is just starting everything. I'll finish what I want to finish in due time, when I'm ready. I was actually going to show you this real quick. Hang on, I was going to show you this yesterday, but I forgot. Hang on, my keyboard is in the way. Hang on. So I did show it off yesterday at the start of stream, but I was meant to show it off towards the end and I forgot. So I have the Stitches Almanac and I have, this is my January spread. It's all planned out. Hang on, let me hide Pattern Keeper. Oh, Death's been hidden this whole time on YouTube. I'm so sorry. Why did that happen? Was it hidden this whole time? I swear it wasn't, but apparently it was. I'm sorry, YouTube. Where is it on here? So it's a little blurry because of the camera. I don't have it focusing. But I have it all written out. Well, it's a bit more than just New Year. Middle of December, I made a decision to scrap a 67,000 project, as I made an unfudgeable mistake that would make me frog about 20,000. So I have reordered fabric and I'm eager to restart that project. Oh, I feel that. That is the worst. So this is all my plans. So this is where we are. So this is today. This is my weekend. This all says Olivia's Hydrangeas. I know it's in like the worst pen for you guys to read, but I color coded my projects. See? So this is my January spread. So this pink here, it's more purple. It's Cherry Magpie. This is Little Owl Patchwork Cell, Cherry Magpie, and then Little Owl again. So that's how I've got January worked out. And then what I'm doing is, as I finish the stitching for the day, I put how many I've done, the total stitch count I've done, and the percent. Because this will be easy for when I come to do my floss tube, because what I can do is I can write stats in here. Hang on, let me put my colour-coded bit of paper back in January. But I have my full coverage February all planned out. So we're starting the month with Olivia. Saturday is blank for now. It's not supposed to be. It's just in case the project I'm supposed to be working on doesn't turn up in time, because I'm starting Modern Folk Embroidery's Little Acorn Stitch Along. So I want it to be on Saturday, but again, it needs to turn up for me to start it. So that's why this is blank, because I don't want to write it in case it doesn't turn up. And another thing is that I want to work on a printed 11 count project with 6 strands on tent, but I don't have a frame for my giant fabric, so I ordered a new desk stand and a 100cm scrolling frame that just fits the height of my project. It just arrived today and I was not in the mood to set it up yet, so I want to work on that too. Yeah, it's definitely annoying when you're like, I really want to work on this project, but there's so much to set up to do it. So in the end, maybe it's just me being lazy. I'm just gonna work on it then. I'm just gonna work on something else. Tomorrow Emma can figure that one out. So we have for February. So again, we're starting the month with Olivia, but on streams it's going to be the 10th Doctor for 2 Monday streams, then Frogs Kissing for two Tuesdays, Sleeps of Butterflies. Melody of the Night is in here every Thursday, as is the 6 Portals every Friday. But then these 2 Mondays, we have the Possibilities, then we have Death, then Ivory Crow, and then again Melody of the Night. But yeah, so that's how February is looking, because these are the projects I most want to work on during full coverage February, because I couldn't decide. So I just went with the ones I really wanted to work on, and I love this project, I love that project, I love all of these. There's no point in me saying I love this one. I love all of these. I want to work on all of these until they're done at some point. And then March, like I said, is blank. Other than I wrote when the spring equinox is. But yeah, so that's all I have so far in my Stitches Almanac. Let me put Death back up here. I can't do anything until I put Pattern Keeper in Death. And then there we go. And I want to finish another large project that is more than 50% done, and it's sitting here without anything done on them for months, and I want to get it off the large frame. The shell holder project, I want to move to a larger frame space wise for the new desk stand. Yeah, I know, I totally get that. I do that a lot too. It's like I tend to keep my full coverages on the Q snippets in, because it's just such a pain to take them off to put a different one on for a while and then to put the one you were originally working on back on. So it's getting to the point where for full coverage February, I'm thinking about just buying more Q snaps and grime guards to fit them. I just need every project, because I have Eevees up there, which is the Possibilities. I have Frogs Kissing up there. The 10th is in a bag, so I need that one on a frame. Sleeps of Butterflies is in a bag, so that needs a frame. And then I think that's it. I think I need 2 more, because Olivia's in her frame, this is in a frame. Oh yeah, no, Melody of the Night's in a frame. The 6 Portals is in a massive scroll frame. So when I woke up this morning, I thought, okay, maybe I could start working on the new tent project in hand. and I hate stitching in hand. I want tension, and I want to stitch two-handed, and I want to stitch the tent neatly. I feel that. I have tried stitching in hand once, and it was just to do the border on a biscornu. I hated every moment. My hands cramped so bad. It was so painful. So I get it. I'm not knocking anyone who does stitch in hand. It's just not for me. It's just too difficult. My hands just... I think my problem is there is no such thing as light grip for me. So I'm trapped in whip over whip over whip, and heck, I want to do it all now. Yeah, that is the biggest mood today. Well, in general, you want to work on anything and everything, but you just can't. There's not enough time in the day. And then because you want to work on everything, you end up doing nothing, because you're like, well, I could work on this one, or actually I could work on that one, and then before you know it, it's now bedtime, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll just pick tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you do the same thing again, and then a month passes and you're just like, well, I guess I'll just start a new project then. Maybe that's just me that does that. I'm like, I don't have... It's like, you know when people go to the fridge and they open, they go, I have no food, and it's just stocked with food. And they're like, I have no food. That's how I feel all the cross stitches I have. I open my cupboard. I have no cross stitch projects. The cupboard is just lined with them. Fine, I guess I have no choice but to kit up and start a new one. There is a really great beaded project I have on my shelf for 5 years now, and I still hold it precious, and I want to do it, but a beaded one as a whip, so much space for the containers, etc. would hate it. Yep, setting up a project that requires a lot of space is annoying. Because you just want to, when you're in the mood to stitch or to craft, you just want to sit down, pull out the very necessary things. So like in my case, my threads, like on the floss cards, you just want to pull that out and you just want to sit down and stitch, or whatever it is of your craft. You don't want to have to sit down, grab 20 different things, get them ready. Because by the time you've done that, you look at the project and you're like, I don't want to do this now. You know, I really don't. And then you're like, do I put all this away now though? Or do I just push myself through it just to get like a square done and then call it done? And then you sit there for like an hour going, And then you end up doing like 2 stitches, like, no, I can't, I have to put it all back. I just have to. But it's so large that I can't do it on the go, and I would never need other whips to work on in between. Yeah. Oh, there is one streamer who streams for several hours and he switches projects in between stream. Heck nah. As soon as you're in the flow, you have to change. No. Yeah, no, I could never do that. I do change projects like after a stream, although I was technically doing that in December. I was working on this on stream, and then as soon as stream ended, I would have a break for about an hour, and then I was working on my holiday countdown sale from Evertote, Roxy Flosco and Modern Folk Embroidery. But that was about 200 stitches, and then as soon as that was done for the day, I'd come back to this for the rest of the night. But I could never stitch for several hours on stream and then be like, right guys, it's been 3.5 hours, it's time to put this one away and get the next one out. I'd be like, ugh. But I just couldn't imagine. I just pulled that all out, god damn it. My melody of the night, you do that? No, I don't switch out whilst I'm streaming. I work on it for a while and then I put it away. But I don't start stitching on another project whilst I'm working on Melody of the Night at the same time in the stream. Usually I switch project before I even touch a needle for the day. I misunderstood then. Oh, don't worry about it, Doctor. It's fine. Usually I switch project before I even touch a needle for the day. Very rarely I switch in the evening due to a changed mood, but this happens every few months. General switching is maybe a week or two in between. Yeah. I mean, I guess if the mood fancies it and you're just like, you know, in the morning I woke up and I was like really wanting to stitch on a vibrant, colourful piece, and now it's dark outside. Or where's my yellow strand gone? Nope. Where'd it go? Hang on, I've lost my poor man's snag nabbit. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right up here. I found it. It was blending in with the top of my fabric. To explain it better, Doctor, it'd be like in the morning you'd work on your nativity scene, and then by the afternoon you're working on a different project entirely. So you work on one of the nativity scenes, and then you pick up the bag you made for your grandma. It'd be like that. So let's say you woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you were like, right, I'm gonna knock out one of these angels. So you crocheted on an angel, and then like you had your lunch, you stopped for lunch, and then afterwards you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling like working on the angel anymore. I'm gonna work on my grandma's bag. Like that's what we were talking about. Like, I think it's fine to switch projects if you're not vibing with it at that moment and you're like, you know what, when I started today, I was actually really into working on this, and then I had a lunch break and I'm not feeling it now, so I'm going to switch it up. I think that's fine. But to just switch up just because I play, really. I am struggling to get just the tail of this out. Sometimes I just switch because I'm too lazy to reframe the fabric at the time and just grab another project with room to work on. See, that's what I do too sometimes. I will work on different projects every day if the mood strikes me, because I'm not a monogamous stitcher. Okay, I got what I wanted. It's all good. I just don't stitch on one project all the time because I would get bored. Ew. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to finish this row, which is just 2 stitches, and then call stream, because I was not looking at my phone and people are on the way home from work. I'm very sorry. I will be back on Monday. I'm gonna attempt to record a talking stitch with me over the weekend, probably tomorrow, and have it up maybe Sunday. Because I really want to make a video about AI in cross stitch and stuff. Because although I've made my stance very well known on Twitch, I mean, you just heard me call, if you were here just a second, well, not just a second ago, but a little while ago when I was showing the Diamond Art Club releases, and I called one of them AI Claire. Yeah. And depending on how annoyed I feel when I'm editing, I might talk about specific examples. So When I was in diamond painting, I always had one larger project, one small project, and a third one, mostly large one kitted up, but always finished one, then the other before even starting a new one. But this was container based as I don't have endless space capacity. Yeah, I do that with my diamond paintings. I can do that, but with cross stitch I just can't. Like I have how many projects do I have on the go? Where's my logbook? I have 8 whips. One of them, technically, my rule is one small, one medium. I might need to rug this whole pattern section due to not enough yarn to finish it. Oh no! Doctor, play. No. So sad now. Sad for you, having to frog all that work. Eh. But I have 8 on the go, but I have a large, an extra large, a small, a medium, and I have 2 mystery kits, but one's a present, and I have 2 others that are presents, so they don't count my rule. I'm an artist, and I don't like what A has done for the art craft world. I mix in drawing and digital drawing, but it's lazy to just use a computer generated image and call it yours. Exactly. I have currently 9 projects in arm's length reach without having to even get up from my chair, so cross stitch wise I'm kind of messy, I guess. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 maybe just above my head on the shelf, and then I have a bag full down here, and then I have a bag full everywhere else. So I can reach practically every project I want to work on cross stitch wise. I don't have a problem. What do you mean? Yeah, AI has no place in our society. It has its place with certain things. Generative AI does not. Because I know there are people out there go, but there's AI in our video games. Yes, there is. But it's not generative AI, where it takes a character and makes it something completely different and then goes, I made a character based on these specifications. That's not what I mean when I say AI. Here in the UK, our Prime Minister is actually thinking of banning X or Twitter because of Grok. Because people are making deepfakes of women and children in bikinis. Because isn't that great? Isn't that a wonderful thing we've used our brain power for, and wasting water? Putting children in bikinis. Yeah. The only thing we should be doing with our water is using it to drown them. So now I guess I need to grab my needle to keep up with my daily goal. Yeah. I use a master DMC set and all my projects are in bags, and I have a trinket tray that holds my needles, scissors and pen. I do have a master DMC set, I just, for full coverage, I like to have their own set of DMC for them because of dye lot issues, just in case. But I do have the master. I actually spent the last couple of years getting a subscription from Lakeside to get every DMC, and I also, for Christmas 2 years ago, got the Pip and Chip thread drops or floss chips, whatever they call them. So I do have it and I do use them, but they're more for my smaller projects. And then I kit up, so if I need a colour that's already with a project, I will just buy a new skein for the project I'm working on. And then I can just replenish. I should just do what other people do, but I haven't quite worked out how I want to do things, so I just do it the way I want. But unfortunately, our time together has once again come to an end. I'm just going to thread this needle and then switch over to my just chatting screen so I can say goodbye to you all. if I can thread this needle. And it seems like the person that was supposed to come to change your lights didn't come today. So yay, we get to play this whole game again on Monday. I love the council when they do this. I hope you can hear the sarcasm dripping out of my mouth when I said that. But anyway, 150 stitches, not 500. 150 stitches. We have most of the skull done today. The project is slowly rotating away from me, but I'm going to take it off and put it over here. And then I'm going to switch to here. And as I was about to say, I want to thank you all for coming today. I appreciate every single one of you. Regardless of if you were here all of the time, part of the time, some of the time, or none of the time, because you were lurking. I do appreciate those of you that choose to spend your time lurking in my stream. I mean, I also appreciate those of you that spend your time chatting in my streams too. But I appreciate the lurkers for taking the time to just sit and listen to me yap about anything and everything. And then those are the lurkers that choose to come out of lurking to contribute. I'm happy to see you do that. You don't have to, that's not a requirement to be in my streams. You can just sit and watch the whole time. Some of you could even be crafting along. I know when I watch streams and that, I tend to be doing that too, so it's fine. It'd be very hypocritical of me to be like, yeah, in my chat you have to be talking, otherwise you get banned. Then I have no viewers. It's ridiculous that people actually do that. Anyway, I'm gonna go on another tangent if I don't stop that in that tracks now. But yeah, I will be going. I will see you all, except for YouTube, I will see you guys back on Thursday. I'm gonna, like I said, slowly introduce more streams over there every month. So in February we'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then March we'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then by April we'll be doing Monday to Friday, the same as here on Twitch. I just wanted to slowly introduce YouTube streams to get people used to them over there, rather than just jumping straight in on a Monday and being like, hey guys. My first YouTube stream was originally supposed to be the Whip Parade on the 31st, and that didn't happen. And then the first was going to be my New Year New Star that I was going to stream. That didn't happen. So my first stream on YouTube ended up being last Friday on the 2nd with the Whip Parade, because I had to postpone it from the 31st. Lots of reasons. And one of the projects we were looking for that, we still can't find. We're going to have to look for it when everyone's off work so we can tear this house apart to find it. Because I want Saga back. He's gone. But anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. I will see those of you on YouTube, like I said, on Thursday and Friday, but I will see you guys sooner on Thursday. And those of you that are here on Twitch, I will see you guys on Monday. If I don't see any of you by then, I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I hope to see you in a stream sometime soon. Yeah, thank you, Doctor. And I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day today, and you stay safe. You keep yourself wrapped up warm if you live in a cold climate. If you live somewhere hot like Australia, I really hope you're staying safe with all the fires that are going on over there. And I pray that you are not affected by them. Yeah, you too, Natty. Thank you for hopping over from YouTube to Twitch. And for following and then subscribing. But I will see you guys on Twitch on Monday. And those of you on YouTube on Thursday, sorry. So with all that said, take care everyone, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.